And it changed my life a lot because it's so wonderful to have something to act and react immediately. You don't have to suffer. I don't have to wait. I can use it really in all walks of life. So even with my projects, my plans, and of course, any ailments, whatever it is, and also any kind of moods or difficult memories of life experiences, things like you name it. It's wonderful.
Today I have someone with 18 years of experience with quantum touch. She is an instructor from 18 years now, and she teaches level 1 quantum touch, level 2 supercharging. She is the German Liaison, and her background before quantum touch was sociologist, naturopath, and therapist. Welcome, Bianca. Thank you very much for your presence here.
Thank you too.
I noticed that when we meet instructors and practitioners, we realize that quantum touch changes people's lives. It is very interesting because usually when you want to get to know something new, we see the professionals from one side, and from the other side, you see the testimonials. But my experience is that the instructors and practitioners, they are their own testimonials. So I'd like to know how quantum touch transformed your life.
When I got to know quantum touch, I was already trained in many, many modalities, most of the times energy healing modalities. My point of view, or let's say my desire is maybe lifelong to find therapies or to create therapies which are very simple. Everyone can do it, can use it. You don't have to have a huge background. They are just to the point. They are powerful and much fun to give and to take. So I stepped into quantum touch because at the time it was just translated into German. So the book was out. And it just, everyone was so amazed about it because not many therapies went into the quantum field at all. So it was so amazing for people, also for myself, that you do so few things. And the combination of quantum touch is so beautiful because everyone has everything already. You are born with it. You just combine it so that it's really a healing modality. And it changed my life a lot because it's so wonderful to have something to act and react immediately. You don't have to suffer. I don't have to wait. I can use it really in all walks of life. So even with my projects, my plans, and of course, any ailments, whatever it is, and also any kind of moods or difficult memories of life experiences, things like you name it. It's wonderful.
Yes, and you were talking before this interview, and you mentioned something very important that I personally, as practitioner, I like to explore. There is emotional aspects. So
Yes.
could you please tell us about that, your experience with emotional aspects of the treatment?
Yeah. First of all, how do we handle emotional aspects which we want to change? It's very easy. So the first question is you're observing yourself and you ask your body, you feel into your body, where is this anger, this sadness, this jealousy, whatever. And then you place, when you because quantum touch is very nice for self-treatment as well, you will place your hands on this part of the body and you start quantum touch. So that's, I mean, I can't think about something easier than that.
Yes.
So when you do it a lot, because quantum touch is people like it most of the times really from the beginning. So there's no reason why you shouldn't do it every day. And with quantum touch, coming to the like quantum touch lifestyle, it's very, very cute to have yourself in a good vibration. I mean, strong. It's not only you're friendly, you're loving, you things like that, but be strong. And I tell also when I teach the students, why don't you answer life or problems with life itself? So it has, for me, it has also very spiritual aspect. So you start to ask really deep question. What is it about life? What is life force? Can I enter it? Can I feel it? Can I ask it questions? Can I absorb it, of course? And can I lead it to special whatever problems or ailments in the body or things like that? And the answer is just yes, and it's easy.
That's
So
very interesting.
what really is changing is you can become, if you want, you can become very present. It's the pure presence for the moment, and you can grasp or you feel very fast something is now wrong, something is strange. Whatever, you went out and you met some people in a coffee and everything was fine, and you were meeting a friend, and then all of a sudden you feel something is, I don't know, my mood is just going down, my energy, I feel so whatever, I'm tired, things like that. Okay, when you're a quantum touch practitioner, you're very aware of that. And you do some breathing techniques and you're out of the whole thing. So you don't have to suffer and you have to integrate or whatever it is, just take care for your own energy, really. So you have all the time, you have beautiful answers, and instantly, very instantly.
Yes, and I like to say something because I work with finance also, and it can be stressful, finance, dealing with money, and you're asking account receivables, we're asking clients to pay for the bills. So I don't have stressful situations with clients. Sometimes I need to call them to ask for big money, and it is, of course, there is techniques. The professional, as a professional, you need to be polite but be firm, assertive at the same time. But of course, before sending an email, before a potential difficult interaction, I run energy, and I don't have problems at all of a relationship. In the contrary, I'm building up a very nice relationship with clients and with my colleagues part of the other departments. So the life, I guess, that's part of your experience for sure. The life becomes easier, especially the interaction with people, right? Could you please share with us your experience about that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I use it the same as you, but in private life also, with clients, of course, with patients, everything, but just in daily life, in the interaction. So let's say if I sit in a restaurant with a friend and it's not such a nice subject we are talking about, and I think, okay, well, don't tell me that again and again and again. And then I just go inside and do for myself. This is what we call body sweeping. So it's like also a purification. And then I can choose one of the breathing modes. And I am just for myself. I'm getting very harmonious and very centered. And also I'm not engaging in this all, I don't know, mentioning all the problems in always again and again. If I am just centered and like do the 4-4 breathing or something, I'm peaceful.
Yes.
And then the other one's saying, oh, I told you this so many times, we can stop it, we can go now to a different subject or something like that. So this is so nice.
Yes.
It's
It's very special actually, and I when I get to know when I meet practitioners and instructors, I see that is very beautiful because people just don't banalize. You are working with quantum touch for 18 years now, and I can feel it is clear that you don't banalize this. It is something that you put a lot of value. And I'd like to know, Bianca, from your experience, we have frequent asked questions, right? But the top question people ask is this: will this technique resolve my condition? What do you have to tell us about that?
The answer is I don't know. We will see. We just do the technique and I show you something and I treat you, whatever, if they are students or patients or whatever. And this is something so extremely beautiful also for those who are treating patients. I very often have very severe cases. And when you are so used to do quantum touch, it's a big smile. Of course, I'm touched by the severity of whatever it is, coma patients or whatever. But then again, I go to the quantum particles. So these little building blocks, which are building us up all the time, and they are working all the time. And I say, okay, I'm very, very interested what you are doing. I'm just doing my job now. And what is so interesting or very important for quantum touch to understand, all we are doing as practitioners and those who are handling or treating with quantum touch, we are holding a field, a very nice, wonderful field for these tiny, tiny particles to do their job. So I'm out of this, oh, that's a heavy job, and hopefully I'm successful, because we are not doing this thing. We're just holding the field with really the quantum touch mode, and everything else we're just observing and observing between our hands, or however, if we have live people or whatever, we're observing how everything is moving, the bones are moving and the pain is going down and things like that. So it's not stressing at all.
Yes.
And even if I have these cases where it's really about will you live, or will you have to leave your body, it's still the same. It's like a huge, wonderful. You're so much relaxing going back as a practitioner. You are just serving. That's all, and you keep this wonderful vibration, and you lift it up with each breathing. So that's so wonderful, because also when you're giving quantum touch, you don't have to be in a very special mood. You don't have to do anything, meditation, mantras, anything, because you're working directly with life force, and with every breath, it's coming first of all through your whole body, and then you just, it's like preparation for whatever has to be then. And that's so beautiful. It's so elegant.
Yeah.
It's really elegant.
Hey.
And it's also like you learn to appreciate the miracle of breathing. All the different breathing methods, they have their own character. They're really personalities. And still after 18 years, I'm learning from these techniques. So again, like life-changing quantum touch, sometimes I still have, I call one day, you are now the 4-4 breathing retreat day. And whatever I do, I try to keep up 4-4. And then it's coming closer and closer, and it's getting stronger and stronger. And it's like a dialogue, really. It still shows me what we can do and what is so special in 4-4, or whatever we take from the breathing technique. So it's a wonderful, never-ending story. It's a love story with quantum touch, really.
Yes, and you're mentioning 4-4, and there are some techniques within the technique, because you will raise the vibration. You use some breathing techniques according to the what you need. It's beautiful, because we can buy a book and learn about quantum touch. I personally read quantum touch 1 and quantum touch level 2, and started having results by reading the books. But of course, when I was attending the workshop, 14 hours workshop, there are a lot of techniques within the technique. It's very interesting. And there are also things we don't see in the workshops. It is according to what the life gives us as a present. For example, I was talking to a client these days, and he was in a low energy, but he's so gifted. He's so intelligent. He communicates in a very brilliant way. And he also works with people, like a therapist, another modality. And then I started telling him what he is, how I see him, his qualities. I started feeling happy, excited, my heart opened, and I was sending him audios after the session. And this was like a boost for his energy. And then another client, I was talking to her, a lady, she was crying. She was crying during the session. And then with a lot of hurt in the body and depression. And I did the same thing. I started telling her about how I see her. I was happy. I got excited. My heart opened. And she was laughing.
Yeah.
And she said, so nice to speak with you. It is not me. It is what comes to me as an insight according to this person's needs. And this is a life force energies, intelligence. So I know that you have a lot of stories about that, but I'd like to know from you something unique you learned, because we have the workshop, but there are things that comes to us, right? So what you can tell us about your experience?
It's I would also say, just like you, it's opening up the intuition, so you just know what to do, what not to do, and it's very beautiful to ground yourself, really. So, and also, of course, I learned a lot about my own body. So it's now easy to travel inside of my right kidney if I want. And if I breathe there and then I close my eyes and then I can look around, how does it look like if I have any questions? So I can do this for myself or for others. So the third eye activity definitely is really enforced, and you just know answers, or in general how you the perception is just so wide. And when you do a lot of quantum touch, then you know that time and space don't matter at all anymore.